Hey there guys, so I hope you're all doing really well. I haven't been making videos in way too long. So the first thing I want to say is Happy New Year to you all. I hope you all had a ball. The second thing I want to say is, okay no, I was going to say Happy Christmas, but that sounds ridiculous at this stage. It's the 15th of January, so, you know, but I hope you all had like a nice Christmas and New Year's. So anyway lads, I have been meaning to make this video for ages. Because like originally I was going to make a video all about my New Year's resolutions, and thank God I didn't, because I didn't stick to any of them. I had like 5 or 6 because recently I have just went to the dogs. I have been desperate, like yeah, I just have no self-discipline at the moment. So then I was like, alright, like this is like New Year's Day, I was like, I'm going to be great. So I planned to eat healthily. No, that didn't happen. Like last week alone I had 4 takeaways, like 4 chippers, so that, well, you know, and like that's kind of on top of, like, say during the day I eat really sugary stuff as well, my teeth are going to be gone like from my head. So yeah, that's just not working out. Second thing, exercise. Again, no, like the only exercise I get is running to work, because that's only because I'm always late, so I always have to run to work. I'm never late for work, but I'm all, like, say if I left my house and I walk to work, I wouldn't get there in time, but because I run, you know, I do. So yeah, I'm late for work. The third thing was, oh yeah, to stop losing stuff. Straight away I broke that one because like it was New Year's Day and I realised I lost my camera on New Year's Eve, and I was like, for God's sake. But then it turned out I got it back. The fourth thing was to keep my room clean. You can't really see my room right now, but it's not clean. And the fifth thing was to make more YouTube videos, which I'm going to stick to. So yes. Oh, I actually had another one as well. The sixth thing was to stop going out as much. Which, to be honest, I don't want to keep that one because I like going out and, you know, it's fun. So anyway lads, I don't really know what to talk about. Oh yes, I do know what to talk about actually. Right. If you saw my last video, it was like called I Don't Have Game, and I was telling you all about like the situation, like basically, I'll link it down in the bottom bar, but if in case you haven't seen it. But basically, oh my gosh, the video was like 2 minutes, almost 3 minutes long already, sorry about that. Okay, so basically what happened was, I'm the worst flirt ever. And I'm so bad, like, I'm desperate. I think you kind of have to watch the video. Sorry guys, I just had to fix my hair because it looked terrible. One thing, I'm just straight in from work, so I look really bad, so excuse that. Anyway, moving on with the story. So, right, there's this guy and he came into our work and he was really flirty and stuff, and like I thought, you know, at the time that he seemed like, you know, there's a bit of potential there. Like, well now, can I just say I'm not looking for a boyfriend or anything, but like, you know, I don't know, he like, you know, just he seemed nice, right? So anyway, he, like, you know, he's good looking and he was kind of charismatic and stuff. So he came in and he used to flirt with me, and then one day he asked me for my number, and I, being such a moron, I just kind of didn't give it to him, like, I just kind of freaked out. Anyway, so I made a video about it. You kind of have to see the video to know what I'm talking about. But anyway, loads of you are like, look, I'm sure he's going to come back in and, you know, it'll be grand, fill us in on what, oh my god, the state of my hair. So anyway, about 2 weeks later, he actually came back in and he asked me for my number, and I, being such a grown up, gave him my number, and I was so proud of myself at the time. So anyway, that was grand. And then like I was talking to him, like, so I gave him my number right at the start, and then I was like, oh, are you on Facebook? And he was like, no, I'm not. And then he was like, but I'm a really nice guy, there's nothing you have to know about me. And then I was just like, oh, I kind of set alarm bells ringing. I was like, alright, because I've always said this, right, but there's one thing, if a guy says, yeah, I'm a really nice guy, I don't know, like, I just don't think anyone ever has to tell people they're a nice person, you know, I don't know, right, it's just one of those things. So then I was like, oh, right. Anyway, and then he was like, oh yeah, this is really great, like, I'm really looking forward to our date. And I was like, oh yeah. And then he was like, this could be the start of something really special between us. And lads, when I heard that, I was just like, ugh, no. I'm like, whenever it comes to guys, I know, I'm kind of apprehensive, like, or skeptical. I don't know, like, it takes a lot for me to like someone, or like, I know, I guess, oh Jesus, what's my hair doing? I get scared off very easily, and I don't like anything serious, especially within the first few weeks. I just kind of, you know, I don't know, like, I just like everything to be easygoing and no pressure, otherwise I get scared away. So as soon as he said that, I was like, oh my god, you know. But then I was like, no, I'm being like overly critical, like, you know, because one of my friends always says that, like, I'm kind of, you know, I always kind of look at, like, you know, I don't know, I kind of notice little things about guys. I'm like, no, I don't really like that, so then I just won't text them, which is desperate, but, you know, I'm working on that. So then, anyway, and then, like, we kept talking, and he was like, actually, you know the way I said I'm not on Facebook? I am on Facebook. And I was just like, okay, you know, and I was like, alright, and then I was like, but you really don't have to look me up. And I was like, okay, you know, so like, yeah, grand. And then I was like, oh no. And then about a couple of minutes later, he was like, actually no, I'm not on Facebook, I don't know why I said I was. And I was just like, alright, okay, you know, like, literally I just said, oh, you're on Facebook. He said that, and I was like, okay, you know, I don't know. And then he was like, yeah, and then he started talking about his ex-girlfriend for a little while, and I was just like, oh, you know, I don't know, like, I was just like, oh god. So anyway, I had given him my number by this stage, so that was grand, and I came out of work, and this was like about an hour later, and I already had 2 texts from him. And then I was just like, oh no, because I hate if someone's clingy. I just do not like that. So I was kind of scared off, basically. So one of the messages was like, oh Jen, really glad I got to meet you, really looking forward to the date, no, this is going to go somewhere. And I was just like, ugh. Second one was like about 10 minutes later, and it was like, as I know I sound like such a bitch in this video, but I swear I'm a nice person. Just joking, see what I did there. No, but like, I just, you know, I'm just telling you the story, right? So anyway, then the next message was like, oh yeah, really can't wait for our date and all this, and that was like another 10 minutes later. So anyway guys, I was a bit freaked out, so I just texted him back. I, being such an adult, decided to pretend that he had the wrong number. So I text back, sorry, who's this? Think you have that wrong number? So that he'd think that I was some illiterate 12-year-old, I suppose. And then straight away he rang me, like, so I just let it ring out, and then as soon as it rang out I was like, oh no! It went straight to my voicemail, and my voicemail was like, hi, this is Jennifer, please leave a message and I'll get back to you. Absolute disaster. So as soon as he rang out, then like about 2 seconds later I got a text and was like, hi, this is Fergus. I saw you earlier in the coffee shop. How do you not remember me? I was wearing like a green top. No, it's like I was wearing a grey scarf. I was sitting with my mum. And I was like, oh. So me being the adult again decided not to text him back. Lads, I know, you're all just sitting there behind your computers thinking, oh shit. Okay, so then about my hair, lads, I know. So then about 2 minutes after that I got another text, and it was like, look, why are you messing me around like this? Thought you were a nice girl. And I was just like, oh Jesus, you know. About 10 minutes later I got another text, seriously, what's your problem? Why are all girls like this and all this? Like, they were like really serious texts, and I was just like, oh my god, freaked out. So anyway, then what happened was, oh my hair. Anyway, sorry guys, going off topic. So anyway, then by the time, like say I was about half an hour away from home, by the time I got home I had 5 texts. So I live with my best friend, and I was like, Noreen, what am I gonna do? You know? And she's like, right, write him a really firm message. But I text like a 12-year-old. So I tried to write one, and she's like, no, not firm enough. So then we like composed one together. And I was like, Fergus, this is Jennifer. I'm really sorry about earlier, but I don't think this is going to go anywhere. We're 2 very different people. Grand. And then he sent me back another message, and it was like about 5 messages long, and I was like, Jen, I'm so sorry for getting so angry with you earlier on. I'm just going through such a hard time at the moment. My granddad died earlier on. First of all guys, as a side note, no, his granddad did not die. Like, him and his mom were in for like a cheery cup of coffee, like, you know, it was just, he was trying to like play like the sympathy card, or, you know what I mean, like he was just trying to be a bit manipulative. So anyway, then he was like, look, I really think that we could go somewhere and all this. And I was just like, oh, and he was like, look, just give me a chance, and if we go on a date I can prove this. And I was, you know, I didn't text him back because, you know, I just didn't. Because like guys, he was crazy, like he was so intense, and I didn't know him, and I was just like, oh, like it is the absolute, like, the one thing with guys that turns me off right at the start is if they're clingy, like if they text too much. Like, now this is right at the very start, before you even go on dates or anything. I just don't like that. I know, it's just too much, you know. So anyway, yeah. And like he keeps ringing my phone off of private. Like, I know it's him because it started the night I gave him my phone. I keep getting like private calls, and they don't say anything. So that's great crack. So yeah lads, that's how that ended up. So yeah, I know, it's kind of funny though, because I actually thought, like, you know, but it was so funny that night as well, because saying my friends all think that this is absolutely hilarious. And then they were like, they all went out and I couldn't go out. I don't know why. I think I was working at like 8 o'clock the next morning or something. And so I couldn't go out, and they were all leaving, and they were like, oh, Fergus is going to come in and sniff you. Why is they like, he's going to be sniffing your hair in his sleep, because they're pretending that he's a stalker, and they were like, he's going to come in and you're going to wake up. They're like, yeah, he's going to come in the middle of the night and you're going to wake up and you're going to see him sitting across knitting, and like really like this kind of creepy stuff. And I was like, yeah lads, so funny. Then they all left and I was in the house by myself, and I actually got freaked out. And then the electricity went and I was like, Fergus? You know, I was terrified. So yeah, that was another thing. Okay, so anyway, I hope you're all doing that. I don't know what else to talk to you about. This video is too long, so actually I'm just gonna go, don't think I mentioned this, but I'm not having a good hair day. It's just not working out. Oh, my best friend, I know I just said I live with my best friend, but I have like 2 best friends. Okay, she's coming down from Dublin tomorrow, so I can't wait. Like, today is my 8th day working in a row. I think 7th or 8th. Tomorrow will be my 8th or 9th, and I'm jaded, like I'm so tired. So I have 2 days off, and my best friend is coming down tomorrow night, and I can't wait. So I'm working until 7, and she's coming down from Dublin around 7 o'clock. So yeah, it is going to be so much fun. I can't wait. So anyway guys, I hope you're doing well. How did I clap? I hope you're doing really well. I will talk to y'all soon, very soon, because I'm back to making videos. And yeah, if any of you have funny stories, please let me know, because I love reading your funny stories or like your funny comments down in the comment section. They crack me up. Okay guys, I'll talk to you soon.